Alright, we're going to marry the mold. Marrying the mold. Alright, first I'm gonna have to prep a little bit more. Alright, I'm removing all the little support material. I've done quite a bit of the work already. Some is a bit stickier than other. Support material at the base. This is going to be the part that is going to require the most amount of work, and that's something that's very typical to 3D printing. Very low, very slow angles, very like, you know, a couple degrees angles come out really badly from 3D printers because you can see really all the steps. As you can tell, probably, I'm not sure, that's the back. You can really see it's like a stair. So that is going to be the part that requires the most amount of body filler and body work, but that's not a big deal. Alright, now let us join both of them. It's not bad. There's a little bit of a gap on each side because I guess the print has curved a little bit. I'm gonna give it a little sanding. Just a quick sanding just to try to decrease that a little bit, but I'm not gonna go crazy. Ah, it's so shaky. Alright, just a little, and then level it. Yeah, there is a bit that's gonna be very easy to feel. I can feel a difference of height. Here it's pretty flush, here not that much, but that might be my messy table as well that does that. Alright, so let's find a nice flat spot like around here. I'm gonna apply the glue. That's of course if the glue can come out. But this is a job not for people who care about their manicure, because your hands are gonna get ruined by it. Your fingers are gonna get ruined by it. Alright, so I'll hold it together for a little while. I'm not so happy about the gap in here. Alright, that's much better. That is better, it's really flush. Oh, this shape gets good angle. So here they're joined together. You can see the little bit of a gap. It's really minor. That is going to require very minimal body work on it. I have to fill up those holes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a couple of pieces of ABS and just stick it at the bottom, because from the top the shape is fine. I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna take some plastic from a misformed piece. I don't need much. Remove the protective film on either side. So this is actually PETG. I don't have ABS on hand right now. I'm worried that this might be a bit too thin, but we will see. Alright, so this is good. And you see, I'm gonna be able to actually just put it in. No dirty comments, please. Alright, I'm just gonna glue it in on both sides. Let the glue seal it together. You can see this is the inner part. It's really not important. It doesn't need to be be clean or anything, it just have to be sealed, so I don't have a parts that vacuums that's how do I explain? Sometimes if you get a hole in your Vaquform mold that is a bit too big with a large amount of void underneath, you might actually, the vacuum might be so strong that it will pop a hole in your plastic form and you won't be able to vacuum anymore. So that happens sometimes, so that's why those holes, those would potentially create these problems. You can have holes inside the Vaquform mold, no problem. It's sometimes even preferable to have like 1 mm diameter or 0.5 mm diameter little holes in parts that recesses details when you really want to make sure the vacuum activates. So those are fine, the material won't go through this. Anything bigger, a few millimeter big, might pop a hole in the material, so be mindful of that. Right, and then the next step is the step that destroys your finger skin. I just put the CA glue everywhere. You see, I coat with the CA glue and I put it everywhere with my hands. This is something, by the way, that I do when I do 3D printed parts in ABS for my RC car, functioning parts. And in time, I have noticed that the parts that I've prepped like that have survived really almost as well as industrial plastic could survive on RC cars. So I would advise you, if you are 3D printing parts for your RC cars and you're using ABS, I do not know how this fares with PLA. I never print with PLA, but I don't see why it wouldn't work as well. But this allows to go between all the little layers that you have, and it's a good way. It's a good way to add a little bit of strength to your overall structure, because as you know, structurally 3D print has one direction that is really weak. So for a mold, doesn't matter. For a functional part in a RC car or any project with a little bit of mechanical features, you got to be aware of the strength, where you put, how you print, what directions you print your parts, and how you design your parts. It's really, I think 3D printing can be really useful, not a gimmick. It's really good parts if you engineer it well. And so I'm going to keep doing that. You see, nothing very interesting, just coating it with the CA glue, destroying the skin of my finger in the meantime, but I got 9 others, so who cares about one finger? And once I'm done, I will come back to film the sanding process and the bodywork process. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.